Laughing connects us to ourselves.
To be able just to laugh for the sake of laughter, it's magical. Laughter is the best medicine,
Right.
but it really is.
We don't just laugh because we're happy. We're happy because we laugh.
Kelly Podlubny is a certified laughter yoga teacher passionate about spreading joy and positive change.
I found myself always depressed, always anxious, things that were very serious, mentally speaking. And so finding this relief of being able to laugh and not needing a reason has been a true lifesaver for me.
Sometimes there's a misconception with laughter. We just have to be happy and that's the only emotion we feel. But actually, it's pretty deep, this work. Mood changes or feeling anxiety. Like, this is a very real human experience. And it's like, wait a minute, this does not mean joy is not possible.
Sometimes when we move these emotions around through laughter, it can maybe expose something that we've been kept buried down deep inside. If I want to improve my overall well-being, it's up to me to do. And
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Kasim Al-Mashat. I am so excited to share with you today's conversation with someone who literally brings smiles to people. My guest today has a story of transformation that is deeply inspiring and a testament to the possibility of healing, joy, and resilience that's within all of us. My guest is Kelly Podlubny. He's a certified laughter yoga teacher, passionate about spreading joy and positive change. After discovering laughter yoga in his recovery journey, he became a leader in 2019 and co-founded a laughter club to build community in Vancouver. He now offers laughter yoga for corporate events, conferences, and those in recovery. As a trainer, Kelly is excited to empower new laughter yoga leaders and keep the spirit of laughter thriving. By the way, friends, make sure you stick till the end because we'll be doing some laughter exercises that Kelly will be teaching us. Kelly, a warm welcome to you to the Pause to Elevate podcast.
wonderful. Thank you for having me here, Kasim.
Thank you so much for joining us. I just tell the audience, before even we recorded, we were just laughing. Like, it was such a joy to really share laughter with you. We've been laughing the last, 15 minutes or so, just laughing. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I wonder if we can begin with what drew you to laughter yoga, which we'll define it in a bit. Many people, it's new to them, but what drew you? What's your laughter story?
Oh gosh, well, my laughter story began about, well over 20 years ago. And it was a situation that I got myself into. In the beginning, I thought, well, I'm just going to go party once in a while. And before I knew it, it turned from partying once in a while into a severe addiction issue to substances. And so over the years of 20 years of really losing myself, that I was finally able to find a way out, to find the light, to really find a different direction. And I was able to give up these substances to sober up. And I came to this point where, well, now that I've done that, I have this big empty hole in my life, this big just gap that was existing within me. And interestingly enough, I was, being kind of mopey and watching television, and I came across this show based on internet videos, and they were playing a clip, and this clip was very interesting to me because this lady said, like, we're here to celebrate things, and one of the audience members said that, I have breast cancer. And then she clapped. She said, very good, yay.
Oh, wow.
and then everybody laughed about it, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And the lady was wearing a shirt that said laughter yoga. So I'm thinking, I'm going to Google search this, because if these people are able to find laughter in something as serious, like, let's say, a serious illness.
Yes.
Well, maybe I have a little hope. So I did a quick Google search and I found what laughter yoga was. I discovered that we can laugh without condition and without needing a reason to, without intention. And so, at this point, I discovered that maybe this is something that can fill that gap that I had in my life. And so, I watched some YouTube videos, as a lot of us
Hmm.
do, and then I discovered that there was a laughter club that, interestingly enough, that you ran in North Vancouver.
That's right.
And so this was, of course, pre-pandemic. This would have been back in late 2016, early
Hmm.
2017, and I went to one of your sessions, and I knew immediately that I found my new addiction,
Yeah.
which was, of course, laughter. And I've been going ever since. Shortly after I discovered that, and I went to a different laughter club that was operating on Sundays,
Mm,
and I found out that you were doing leader training. And
mm.
so now this gave me an opportunity to figure out that, oh, I can have my own laughter club. I can lead others into this
Oh.
unconditional joy that I discovered. You know, so it's really something that I was able to really feel at home with immediately,
Mm,
because I knew it was something that I needed. I found, because of the addiction, I found myself always depressed, always
mm,
anxious. Towards the end, I was having a lot of suicidal ideations, things that were very
mm.
serious,
Yeah.
mentally speaking. And so finding this relief of being able to laugh and not needing a reason has been a true, true lifesaver for me.
Mm.
So that's a bit about my laughter story there.
What a beautiful story, and really the courage and the vulnerability to speak the story. It really is so meaningful because you're really humanizing this experience of going through challenges, choices, and new choices, like you demonstrated. No matter what choices we make, if we're happy or not happy, we can make a new choice. And you made choices that, like something in you reached, you want to change, and you reached for change, and now you're helping others create change. Like that's what's so amazing about your story. Truly, is you worked on you, and now you're supporting others. Like that's generosity of heart, really. Yeah. Yes. Hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yes. So there's something about how you're describing it. It's because there's stress, because there's struggled. We don't have to laugh or try laughter yoga, and we'll explain it in a moment. Those who are not familiar with it, we don't have to wait for everything all the conditions to be right, right, to do something. Um, Even like you shared your story, whether mood changes or feeling anxiety or thoughts of suicide, like this is very real human experience. And it's like, wait a minute, this does not mean joy is not possible. And I think that's, you said yes because you could have said no. I don't want to. You could have watched this thing that you watched, and you not googled laughter and laughter yoga and not tried laughter yoga. This would have been a different trajectory.
100%.
Yeah.
It's you know interesting to realize that I'm a one decision away from a completely different future. And
Mm.
I was at a stage in my life where I was willing to give anything a chance to feel better. And
Ah.
but I find that so many things in life are always attached with conditions. There's always conditions, 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 and to find something unconditional like laughter yoga
Yeah.
was definitely the most beneficial, because comedy is great, jokes are wonderful, but to be able just to laugh for the sake of laughter
Mm.
is really, it's magical. It really is magical. And
Mm.
I find, the magic exists for me because I don't have to dig very deep to tap into it. And
Mm.
so I think that's the best part, about unconditional laughter. It's just that I
Ah.
don't need to work for it.
Yeah, so it's available.
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
it's available, and you connected with a space that just allowed you just to laugh, like places where there's laughter yoga, there's laughing for no reason. And maybe we should tell the audience what is laughter yoga, and then we'll continue with your story. But if someone has never heard of it, they may go, laughter, what? Laughter yoga? What is that? So what is that, Kelly? How do you describe it to your participants?
Oh gosh, how do I describe it? Well, I give the complete history lesson, of course, which is, I know, a former guest of yours, Dr. Madan Kataria,
Yes.
was a creator of laughter yoga, and
Yeah.
he, as a physician back in 1995, came up with this strange and unusual concept that we can laugh for no reason in our lives. And I know there's a very lengthy story involved, but as it turns out, that he created a laughter club in Mumbai, and it just
Mhm.
took off from there. That it became very popular very quickly, and now, I mean, 30 years later, I mean, this is the 30th year of
Yeah.
laughter yoga. There are just thousands of laughter clubs in
Yeah.
over 100 countries, just everywhere. People
Mm.
people understand en masse that laughter is truly healing. And
Yeah.
so these are some of the things that I'll explain to participants at the laughter club that I co-lead. Yeah, it's
Mm.
that we're here to improve our mental health and some
Mm.
aspects of our physical health as well,
Yeah.
because laughter, you've heard this before, and it's very cliche, laughter is the best medicine.
Right.
But it really is. I will go see my doctor, and she'd be like, "Wow, your blood pressure is so good. Why is this?
What's going on here?
What's going on?" And so I explained to her about laughter yoga, and she, like, completely understands that,
Mm.
the process of doing this on a daily basis, because I do my daily laughter meditation, or when before my feet hit the floor,
Yes.
I start laughing, because I want to take that power back in my day,
Oh, beautiful.
and as well, not getting off the wrong side of the bed, as it were, getting out of the wrong side of the bed. I want to get
Yeah,
off on the right
totally.
side of the bed. And so by doing that laughter practice, that really helps me frame my mind in a positive light before I even
Mm.
begin the day. And
Mm.
so, these are things that I tell the participants that come to the club,
Yes.
that these are things that we can do for ourselves, because
Mm.
nobody else is going to make me laugh. I can't have that expectation that anyone else is going to make me laugh. So I, can take care of myself in that way. And so, when
Mm.
we're at a laughter club, we breathe, we stretch, we do more breathing, and we laugh. So we can laugh until we cry,
Mm.
or I even like to laugh until it hurts. And this is what I
Yes.
encourage, my participants to do. So
Mm.
it just pays in dividends. I don't know how else to describe it.
Mm. As you're sharing, it remind me of one of the quotes from Dr. Kataria, as you're mentioning the founder of Laughter Yoga. He says, we're happy because we laugh. So we don't just laugh because we're happy, right? I think when I first heard it, like it kind of stopped me in my tracks. Like, oh, we're not just laughing because we're happy. We're happy because we laugh. So like he really created this practice, and and his vision when I first heard about it, I actually wasn't expecting that, because like, oh, we're just being silly and fun and laughing, but actually his vision is really grand, which is world peace through laughter. It's like, wow, world peace through laughter. Well, the more I did it myself as well, is the more I realized it breaks barriers, cultural, religious, political barriers, economic like it doesn't matter. It's like we're human beings connecting, laughing. And he created in these clubs and really passes it on in the teacher trainings, creating a safe space for everyone to be, and no one is judged. There's kindness, there's compassion. So there's a place to connect as humans with no judgment, which is really rare space to be in, actually. It's rare to be with other humans where we're doesn't matter what our background, history, anything, or beliefs about anything, but just we laugh together.
And you know what? I really appreciate the reminder. And this reminded me, I mean, the most important, concept that we like to put into our laughter club or our laughter yoga sessions is that sense of community. And it's
Mm,
bringing people together. And like you had just said,
mm,
irrelevant of culture and age and
mm.
background, we're there for a common bond, and that is to be
Yeah.
able to laugh together. And
Mm,
in our laughter club, I mean, we've been running it for well over 5 years.
mhm.
We took over the longest running laughter club in Vancouver. It's been going for about 18 years, and
Yeah.
and my co-leader and I, we were the next people to sort of take the reins in
Yes,
it.
the good baton. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and just the people that we've had a chance to connect with and meet has absolutely just blown my mind,
Mm.
of the diversity. And we'll have participants as young as 6 or 7 years old, all the way to people into their 70s. And here we are gathering in a group to just laugh together. And to me, that is so meaningful, that there's no judgment placed upon anyone's background or age or anything.
Mm,
And that is so important for me to be able to exist and foster a community like that,
mm.
because anything that can bring people closer together, I think, is a wonderful and amazing thing. And
Yeah,
it's an opportunity that I think few of us are granted to be able to do that,
yeah.
especially to bring in diverse people like we're able to. And again, it's not me bringing people in, it's them choosing to come.
Right. We're not
you
making
know
anyone do laughter. Yeah, 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 yeah. We
as much
provided
as
the
I would love
space.
to make people do
Me,
laughter, you
me
should
too.
laugh, but
Yeah, but it's creating that space where people feel welcomed and they can just be themselves.
Mhm,
Right. Like it's amazing actually if we have more and more spaces like that, right? Where people just can be and actually experience themselves in a new way. That was something that surprised me first time I did it in 2007. I've always loved laughter, but my laugh was getting serious. I mean, I heard about it and I was like, this is weird. I don't know if I want to try it. And I tried it. And it confused me. It confused me. And I thought at first, actually, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this again, but I couldn't stop laughing. Like
mhm,
I was in tears. And I remember the leader at the time, he said, just give it another try. Right. And I'm so glad he said that. And it was Alan O'Mara actually at the time
mhm,
who was holding these clubs and just beautiful heart. That was a gift that he gave me. Just give me the chance to say, hey, come back, try it again.
mhm.
And I did, and then I just got hooked. The more I did it, the more I could just be myself. Like it was very freeing to put aside my worries of judgment. Like, what is someone going to think of me? I'm just being laughing, just being silly, and I'm like, I'm so glad I don't care right now. I can just laugh.
Uh,
Like it's an excuse to just laugh. And Dr. Kataria, the founder, he said this. Laughter yoga is a kindergarten for adults.
mm.
A place we can just play together,
Yeah,
right? And play
absolutely.
together in a respectful way. And there's no contact. There's no one tickling each other. And we're not doing jokes. We're just laughing as an exercise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And it's amazing the diversity of exercises that we can do, and the idea is that some of our participants will get for their own version of an exercise, and it's anything that we can do just to allow us to just be free and to let loose, right?
Yeah.
So, and something else that I've been reminded of, and again, this is something that my co-leader and I have discussed a lot. That it's we say that motion shifts emotion, right? That's a big
Mhm.
part of laughter yoga, and we do a lot of movement exercises as well, to help sort of stimulate our laughter muscles, as it were.
Yeah.
And we find that we call it the great equalizer. And what I mean
Mm.
by that is that if we find that we come into a session and we're really high up and excited and just agitated or whatever, it will help bring us down and level us
Mm.
out. And I find if we're very low and feeling very just stoic or possibly sad, or it can raise us up. And so I find that this particular practice gives me exactly what I need when I need it.
Ah.
And so I find that a lot of participants have that experience as well, that it gives them exactly what they need. Whether they need to be brought down, they can be, or if they need to be elevated, then that also
Mm,
will happen. And something interesting, like as well, that I kind of noted, as like, and I'll say it again, that emotion shifts emotion,
yeah.
is that sometimes when we move these emotions around through
Mhm.
laughter, that it can maybe expose something that we've been, sort of kept buried down deep inside. And
Yeah.
I know at the end of a laughter session, I've cried
Yeah.
because it gave me the opportunity, number one, that I'm in a safe space, and that number
Mm,
two, I'm in a place free of judgment, and that it was able for me to have an outlet to release those emotions that I was keeping pressed down. And laughter gave me the chance to sort of make space for those emotions to come out. And
mm,
so that is something I have great appreciation for over the practice as well, is that,
mm.
is it not only an equalizer, it is also as well, a way for me to express emotions that I may not know how to express, or I may not even realize that are
Mhm.
existing because I've pushed them down so deeply.
Yeah. This is so important, what you're just sharing. So important. I just want to really go to it for listeners because sometimes there's a misconception with laughter is we just have to be happy and that's the only emotion we feel. And we're just doing ha 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 ha, like in this, we're being silly, right? But actually, it's pretty deep, this work. Like laughing connects us to ourselves. And what you just named is so powerful because as we connect, we give ourselves a chance to feel.
Mm,
As we feel, our feelings that maybe we weren't planning for may show up. And that sometimes surprises people in laughter session, including myself. Like, oh, I was expecting to feel like exhilarated today, but actually I'm very quiet. Or sadness came up. Or some days I'm like, I have no energy, but I leave feeling exhilarated. Like there's no right way to feel by the end. Feelings come and go. And I so love what you shared because that's actually part of what I find to be healing about laughter is just to connect to ourselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so important to be able to giving myself a chance to connect with what emotions are there. And
Yeah.
for me, coming from sort of an addiction background into laughter yoga, I
Yeah.
was using external things, substances,
Yeah.
to kill my emotions, to deaden
Ah.
my emotions, to rid of those. Because every time that I would have an emotion, it was something that I felt scared to have, or that usually it was negative, or
Mm,
it was causing me to have bad thoughts in my head. And
yeah.
so being able to incorporate this practice into my life has really helped me change the channel, as it were.
Ah.
And sort of this is how I think of it as the movie in my mind. And if I don't like the movie, well, I'm gonna change the channel and find something that I do want to watch.
Yeah. What a great way of saying it. Change the channel. But you had to give yourself permission to feel it. And feeling it can be scary sometimes if we haven't felt something or dealt with something by pushing it down. It's not going to be comfortable. And, you're saying laughter is an equalizer. I really like how you said that because no one is forced in laughter yoga to feel anyway. It's like it will bubble up and then we go from there. And that's what's beautiful is allowing ourselves just to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's giving ourselves that space. like
Mm,
like you said, it's allowing ourselves to be. Is it not only allowing me to be, but to be a better version of myself, to
mm,
help sort of accelerate, not accelerate, but just to help encourage, my emotional sobriety, or my emotional
yeah.
well-being, or emotional, mental health, however a person wants to phrase it. It's
Mm,
I ultimately am the one that gets to decide how I want to live my life, and
mm,
how I want to improve it or
mm.
not improve it.
Right.
you know
Right.
so if I can make that decision to do something about it,
Mm,
so practicing, my laughter practice, that is something I make a decision to do every day.
mm.
because nobody else is going to do it for me. If I want to improve my overall well-being, it's up to me to do, and there's outlets and ways to do it, and they're very
Yeah.
accessible. And you know, everyone is welcome to join us on our Sunday Laughter Club if they want to, you know,
Yeah.
come down that journey to just a better way of being. It's
Mm.
we're very unconditional at our laughter clubs. We're very free of judgment. We do a lot of sharing.
Mhm.
So some laughter clubs will do sort of games and play with props and stuff. We don't do the props. I'm not saying that, that's just not the way we like to run our laughter club. We
Mhm.
like to share. If something is stressing a person out, we want you to share that stress, and then we're
Mm.
going to do something about that stress, whether we throw it in a fire or we stomp on it or we point and laugh at it. This is how we treat stress and laughter yoga. But
Yeah.
it's being able to just share as a group our successes, our our things that we may feel like aren't going as well as we would hope,
Mm.
or it's just, oh gosh, it's hard to place almost a name on it, because we do such a variety of things to
Mm.
you know help encourage people get what they need. And this is the thing: a session is never the same.
Yeah.
It depends who's there, who's attending, and we go with the room. If people don't want to share what they're stressing out about, they don't have to. This is
Mm.
also the joys about laughter yoga, is that we have the two main rules, right? The rule number one is you can't get it wrong, so there's no way to screw any of this up in what we do. And then rule number two, of course, is if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it.
Mm.
And this is the thing, we encourage people to push boundaries, but we don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And
Right.
sometimes when we tackle those harder issues that we have in our lives, we can become uncomfortable, and then all of a sudden we're not reaping those benefits of
Mm.
laughter when we're too jammed in, I guess, with our own sort of self, right? So
Mm. So it's really, it brings us mental, emotional flexibility. We're working with different emotions. It can be uncomfortable for a little bit. It can even be awkward a little bit. But if you think of anything that brings us growth, it's a little uncomfortable, like anything, whether it's physically, like lifting weight or walking more than we usually do. It's like, okay, it's uncomfortable, but it's doing things a little outside our comfort zone. And it doesn't have to be so much that it's overwhelming, but doing something a little above the comfort zone really often leads to learning and growing. That's what laughter yoga is doing. It's like it's a little uncomfortable. It might even feel awkward. I know I felt awkward when I tried first time. I was like, okay, this is just. I mean, actually, the word that was in my head was like, this is just weird.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
and but it's working through those. It's not a bad thing to feel uncomfortable, but that's where the learning happens. This is where growing happens, and giving it a chance. Like anything, if we don't give something enough of a chance, how will we know?
Very true. And
Yeah.
like other practices, as it were,
Yeah, yeah.
laughter yoga is a practice. And I always considered myself, well, it's like a musical instrument. You have to practice to become proficient.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to call this a practice, because that's what we're doing.
Yes.
I'm practicing improving my mental health. I'm practicing adding more joy into my life.
Mm,
It's a practice. I'm not,
yeah.
going to become perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but as long as I'm practicing these things, improvement is exponential.
Oh, oh, so
So
well said. Because as soon as you said that, like I felt like yes, internally we have this instrument. Like this instrument, the question is, do we want to get better at it? It's within us. Like babies don't understand concept or constructs, and they laugh. It's not like we're not giving them the jokes, but they're laughing.
mhm.
So this laughter is really available within us, and we're just giving ourselves a chance to work that instrument. I love how you said it. Yeah, it really is a practice that just takes time to
Mhm.
feel like more natural.
And something that you kind of mentioned earlier was that it felt weird the first
Yeah,
time, and it
yeah.
does feel weird. because
Yeah.
and to sort of expand on that, it feels weird because
Mm.
in society we're taught that laughter for no reason can be rude.
Right.
And so I think, if I were just to start laughing in somebody's face, they wouldn't know how to take that, right? And they're like, what's wrong with this person? Is he crazy? Is he going to do something nefarious? What's going to happen here? And so I think that was the first wall that I needed to knock down, was understanding,
Mm.
yeah, it's going to feel weird because this is not something I'm accustomed to doing. So
Yeah.
by just like, you know what, I'm going to break down that wall, and I'm going to just allow myself to go for it, to go all in, as it
Mm.
were. And it's amazing to sort of witness the change, because I've witnessed this change with others, that when
Mm.
they're coming into a laughter session for the first time, and we have a lot of newcomers that come to our laughter club
Mhm.
every week, at least 1 to 4 or 5, sometimes we've had
Yeah.
10
Oh,
people
wow.
for the first time. And watching that shift happen, when they get it, they go,
Yeah.
oh, I know what's going on here. And the beginning, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, we'll ease people into it, of course, by doing simple exercises. And then watching that shift happen as they
Mm.
sort of comprehend, oh, this is making me feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there is something to this. And so, yes, it does feel weird in the beginning, but I
Mm.
find if the people are willing to allow themselves to
Mm.
to just let go, just to
Yeah.
allow themselves to let go, that they will discover immediately what we're doing and what the benefits are, and the whole point of it, right? And
Yeah.
thinking about something else that you mentioned, like Alan said to you, just come back, right? Well,
Yeah.
we always say at the end of our sessions that, this is your first time and you enjoyed yourself, you're welcome to come back. If you didn't
Right.
enjoy yourself, you should come back again and just try again.
Yeah.
Because it's sometimes it will take 1 or 2 times. That first time is the confusion, the oddness of it all, the
Yeah.
whole new experience, and like, oh, I don't know what to make of this. But if I try again the second time,
Yeah.
at least that way I know what to expect, what's going to happen, and that
Mm.
gives me an opportunity just to sort of let go a little bit more.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for reminding me of some of these sort of points that I was hoping to make, in regards to this.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to quickly thank you for stopping by and watching this content. It truly means the world to me that you're interested in creating positive change. I also want to invite you to join our amazing community. I have free events online about mindfulness, mindfulness based stress reduction, laughter, as well as retreats that you can do from the comfort of your own home. And are you ready for this? Self paced program that you can do about mindfulness and stress reduction. So you can join the newsletter below to stay up to date on all these goodies. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and press that button. It really helps me to keep this content going and reach out to more guests. Thank you so much again, and may you continue enjoying watching this episode. The beginning, right? Like the beginning of trying something, as you're describing, is so true. Like and it's actually beautiful to witness that in people, right? To witness, like, oh yeah, it's like it's okay, and it's okay to feel uncomfortable, and then you see people shift, and some people stay uncomfortable a little longer, and some people they are right at home of laughing, but all of it is okay. you
Mhm.
know this reminds me too, same in mindfulness practices, and I teach mindfulness, is there's something we always think like, for me to practice mindfulness, my mind has to be calm, or my mind has to be still, or it's the same thing I notice in laughter. It's like, for me to practice laughter, I have to feel good. Well, actually, no. Like, we're now waiting for conditions. You can feel uncomfortable and awkward and laugh. And there's something about even when we fake laughter and laughter yoga, and that part actually people like, even though they kind of raise their eyebrows. It's like, fake it until you make it. You get the same benefits. Like the physiology. It's actually amazing. A lot of research on what happens on the physiological level of endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, all the changes that happen. Does it, like, even if you're like, I'm just gonna fake this thing, but physiologically you get the benefits. So people can fake it, right? And
Absolutely.
that actually is fun to see people go, okay, let me try faking again, right? And then laughter happens, right? Yeah,
Uh, and
yeah,
honestly, 98% of the time when people fake it will turn genuine.
yeah,
You know, um, maybe, 2 out of 100 people that I've seen
yeah, yeah,
that they were not laughing by the
yeah.
end
They're
of the
like, no,
session.
yeah, no,
And
and
that's
yeah,
okay. That's
yeah,
okay too. And it's interesting though, the two people that I remember specifically at the end of the session that were not laughing was, it just didn't hit me, because I asked them why, like,
yeah,
what went on for you here?
yeah,
And you know, they just it wasn't for them. And that's
yeah,
okay. It's not going to be for everybody,
yeah,
but they still understood the benefit of what we were doing. And so it's funny how a person doesn't need to actively participate to still sort of, get, understand logically
yeah,
what we're doing. And it's interesting to me that the benefits are that obvious and apparent that
yeah,
even people that don't want to do it still
yeah,
understand.
yeah. Which is okay too. I mean, think of it as just another form of exercise. If someone hasn't tried it, or listeners, or you're watching this and like, well, there's many kinds of exercise you can do, or you can choose not to exercise. And this is a very specific form of exercise that we're breathing and moving and laughing. And it may not be your cup of tea, and that's okay too, but maybe trying something. I often encourage people just trying it, whether they join the club that I have, or join your club, or join anywhere. And now, especially with like Zoom, you can do this anywhere on the planet. So try it out and then see what happens.
It's true. Even the founder, Dr. Madan Kataria, he's got a daily Zoom laughter club
Yeah.
that he does. So it is very accessible to anybody
Yeah.
that wants to try it.
Yeah.
And when I want to encourage everyone just to try it,
Yeah.
try it. Trying something new is not always harmful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if I were to tell myself that 20 years ago, or 20 plus years ago,
Yeah.
just try it, it'll be, well, that was a bad decision. But
Yeah.
this,
This
this,
this is a good trying.
this is good trying. Exactly.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a healthy choice, totally. You're sharing this. There's a couple of more things I'd love to ask you, and then we'll do like an exercise. Maybe you can show us. But what would you say to your younger self now that you've gone through this journey of making such choices, of bringing joy to others? Is there something that you'd say to him, or that younger self would say to you?
That's a wonderful question.
Yeah.
But my belief in life is that the path I took led me to
Mhm.
right here and right now. And honestly, had I not gone down the journey that I had gone down,
Mm.
I wouldn't be at this present destination.
Yeah.
So therefore, I wouldn't have discovered laughter yoga. I wouldn't have made the friends that I've made within the community of laughter.
Mm.
I wouldn't have made the contacts that I have, and I'm in such a great place in my life right now
Yeah.
that I wouldn't change a thing. And
Yeah.
interestingly enough, because I was fortunate, I was what you would call an functional person that was using substances, meaning
Mm.
that I kept my job.
Mm.
I had friends.
Right.
I didn't do illegal things.
Right.
So because of that functionality, I still
Mm.
continued to succeed in my life,
Yes.
everywhere except with my mental health. And it was my
Yeah.
mental health that was delayed. But thankfully now I'm in a great headspace.
Yeah.
And again, so yeah, sort of back to your question, which was a really good one, by the way.
Mm.
If I were to talk to my younger self, I would say don't change a thing
Yeah.
because of where I am now.
Yeah. Because you had it in you, like you had it in you to make choices, and that's actually you really. It's really touching to hear you voice it that way, because you're honoring your journey, and it's a journey of change and transformation. So it's saying, you know what, that was part of it. And mindfulness, there is a who passed away, an amazing teacher. His name is Thich Nhat Hanh, and he often says no mud, no lotus.
Ooh.
Right? No mud, no lotus. How beautiful is that? It's like sometimes it's like we need the muddiness in our life. It's not that like we're gonna create mud to have lotus, but like when it's there, for whatever reason, instead of going back and how come and what it was there and made choice for the lotus.
Yeah.
And you clearly, and that's what really is touching about your story, you chose, you made decisions because you could have made, again, like anyone else, decisions that don't support this blossoming of a lotus.
Mm.
And you have, and it's beautiful. It's felt it's contagious. I know, having laughed with you, it's like I just want to be around it. It's like it's such a beautiful laugh. It's so genuine, so real. But it took that level of going through something. It's just a beautiful part. Beautiful. It was a chapter in life, and now it led you to this. And how beautiful is this one? Yeah.
I appreciate the reminder there, and thinking about that journey that I've been on. It's being able to understand how to appreciate the good things in life, having
Mm,
experienced the bad things.
mm,
That being able to witness those opposites in my life
mm.
have shown me a way to appreciate life for what it is. That
Right.
there is going to be some bad, and that's okay. But that
Mm,
helps me recognize the good. That helps me
mm,
appreciate the good. If I didn't have that contrast in my life, I don't think that I would be able to appreciate the good things in life that I
mm,
see so many others, like in my day job, as it were. I see a lot of
mm.
a lot of sad people,
Yeah.
and so I try to change their day as I can, because I work in a customer service field, and
Mhm.
so I try to change their day as much as I
Yeah.
possibly can, without, of course, pushing any boundaries. But I just so badly want to express that the joy and the good is there to
Yeah.
to to be received. But of course, again, for me, it was having to be able to recognize the not so good in order to
Yeah.
appreciate the good. So that's why I'm fully acceptant of my journey, as it were. It wasn't
Yes.
all great, and that's okay, because
Yes.
it's great now. And today is what I have today. And if my
Yes.
life is good today, it's a good thing, you know.
Yes. Yes. It's like the sun rises tomorrow and then we have a new set. Like it really is what a gift. They have a new set of 24 hours or 12, because we got to sleep. But but it's like what are we going to do with that? What choices? And you made these choices that continue to be blossoming of the heart and um, to share joy and laughter with others. And so beautiful, really is. One of the things too we were speaking about earlier is the training and teacher training. And depending when the listeners, or if you're watching, when you're watching this, you're hearing it, we're going to be doing a training together. So I'm super excited about that. So if someone catches it before this, check it out. Or even if you catch it after, check it out the websites, and we'll put the links in the show notes. Um, but maybe before we do laughter, where maybe you can guide us through some exercises. But
Mhm.
where can people find you? What website? And I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay, well, laughteryoga.ca is the easiest way to find me.
Mhm.
So for me personally, I'm sort of under the facilitators tab on that,
Yeah.
and so are you, I might add.
Yes.
And I know for myself that I can be booked out for sort of staff wellness things that
Mhm.
companies may want to do. I do a lot of work with people in recovery, so I do attend to treatment centers,
Mhm.
and which is, I must say, if I may just add a little note, doing laughter yoga in a treatment center is a very different thing
Yeah,
than
I can
running a
imagine.
laughter club, because here I'm dealing with people that do not want to embrace childlike playfulness,
Oh yeah.
but the thing is, they want to laugh more than anyone
Mm,
else. And so I try to show these fellas how to tap into that unconditional
mm,
joy and just being able to laugh, because
mm.
in my experience, laughter was the best way to cope in troubling times.
Mm.
And people don't go to a treatment center because they want a vacation. So being able to sort of bring that there is really awesome. Yeah, so laughteryoga.ca. Also, I'm able to be reached by email at groundedjoy@yahoo.com. That Grounded Joy is my sort of laughter organization that I've created.
Mhm.
And I like to think of Grounded Joy because I'm rooted in love and uplifted by laughter. And so
Mm.
we start with those roots, and then we can sort of blossom into our laughter tree, as it were.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
Oh my gosh.
I love
So
it. Rooted in love,
yeah, uplifted by laughter.
uplifted by laughter.
Yeah.
Wow. How did you get that? Like, that's a beautiful.
While I'm at work, I think of some of the best ideas I've ever had, and then normally I promptly forget them, but this one I happen to remember.
Yeah. Yes. That's
Uh,
beautiful.
and also laughteryoga.ca will tell you about the in-person laughter clubs and the online laughter clubs. So your laughter club, which is at the last Monday of every month.
Yeah.
That will be there. And also, our Sunday Laughter Club will also be posted there for location and time. We
Yeah.
do run on Sunday evenings. So,
Yeah.
people are most welcome to come and check it out and join
Beautiful.
us to help sort of help fill out our amazing community that we already have, because we're always looking for more people that want to laugh along with us.
Yeah,
So,
so beautiful. And I'll put all of that in the show notes, the email, the website. So I'll put it on the show notes as well. I'm wondering if we can give listeners just some exercises. Maybe they can experiment. They've never experimented with laughter yoga, or maybe something they can practice today or tomorrow. So is there something comes up to your mind that we can practice kind of laughing together?
well, I know we've talked a lot about emotions
Mm,
throughout this podcast,
mhm,
and so I thought, emotional laughter might be
mhm.
something that we could do. And this is something that I like to do in our laughter sessions, because again, we're not always certain with what kind of emotions we might be coming up with or coming in with, but we can always find a way to, sort of laugh through those emotions. So I always start off with, okay, let's laugh like we're happy. So excellent. And now let's laugh like we're really angry about something, but we're still going to laugh about it.
Okay.
And
I
then
can't
we
help
might,
it's just making me laugh.
that's okay. That's the point. And so let's try some sad laughter. So we're going to be sad,
Oh,
but we're still going to laugh through
okay.
that. And my favorite one to do for emotional laughter is, especially for our first timers that are joining us, shy or embarrassed laughter,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like, what the heck am I doing here laughter.
Yeah.
So that one, we'll do some shy laughter. Uh,
Oh, 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 oh.
uh, excellent. That's wonderful. So yeah, we can do different emotions, right, for that, and we'd still find a way to laugh through those emotions.
Beautiful.
And something else that I find that a lot of people have that come into our session is anxiety. And
Mm,
so there's a subset of laughter yoga. It's called grief yoga, and
mm,
there's some amazing exercises that can be done through that as well.
yeah.
But for my favorite one that I like to do, this one is really silly. So
Yeah.
prepare
Yeah.
prepare yourself.
Silly alert, we're ready.
So, quite often when we're dealing with anxiety in our lives, we tend to really hold that with tension, right? When I'm
Mm,
feeling anxious, I feel
yeah,
very,
yeah,
very tense,
yeah,
and I find that I clench my jaw and I grit my teeth, and
yeah,
I got anxiety right now.
yeah. So we're
So,
great.
we'll keep tension in our shoulders and in
Yeah.
our face. So this is one that we use to combat that tension.
Mm.
And this one makes me laugh hard because we do this as an interactive exercise with everyone in
Yeah.
the group.
So to go
Uh,
around in person, yeah, yeah.
and do it in each other's faces, and it's really good for a laugh. Uh, but the way I do this one is that I clasp my hands together.
Yeah.
I relax my shoulders. I relax my jaw, and I go. And then I try to take it up a notch and do it more
Oh.
aggressively. And I find that that is an amazing technique to instantly just relax my shoulders and my face. And it just gives me that release that I need to help sort of combat those anxious feelings or that
Mm,
tension, the stress that I
yeah.
may gather. And it's so funny, at my job, I'll have a short break and I'll do it, and the customers around me might go, what is he doing? um, and that's okay. Would you prefer somebody who is tense, or would you prefer somebody who's relaxed?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always prefer to be around people that are relaxed.
Yeah,
So,
totally. Oh,
uh,
I love those. So, when you're describing it too, it's like it's also practical because it connects us to things we have experienced, right? Like
uh,
we experience this emotion, that emotion, or we've experienced tension, and it helps us connect to what's happening in the moment, but can happen in daily life anyway,
right,
right? That can
right,
happen in daily life. And then I've noticed for myself, the more I've been doing this laughter yoga over the years, is little things happen that normally I get upset by. I get less upset by, or I can laugh more. Like I can't remember what happened when before we're doing the recording. I was drinking water and flopped water on my glasses, and both of us were just laughing. Like,
uh, well, it's great. It's great. That's something out there telling you that you should maybe wash your face. It's always a subtle reminder, right? A subtle reminder.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know but it's funny that you reminded me, when I do my morning laughter practice, and
Mm,
there's a few different exercises that I can do for my own self practice. As it goes, I'm creating a laughter shield around me.
mm.
And I say that because when I go to work, where because I have a quite a high
Job, yeah.
stress job, that when I have that laughter shield, as things sort of
Mm.
bombard me, and these are the
Ah,
given stresses that I know are going to happen, I find that they just bounce off. And
mm.
with the practice, and I say practice of laughter yoga because it
Yeah.
took me some time, but my initial reaction now is,
Mm.
instead of getting angry or upset
Yeah.
or sad or stressed out, my knee jerk reaction now is to laugh about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that person did something or said something to me that was really not nice, and oh well. can,
Yeah.
can I control them? No.
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
can I control myself? And I
Yeah.
can choose to laugh. And so I'm so thankful that this
Mm,
practice has given me the opportunity, that my instant reaction now to things that are negative, to be able to
mm.
laugh about it. And there I
Yes.
am, back to changing the channel again. Instead of
Yeah.
allowing that negativity to mire down into my heart, and
Mm,
to allowing it to live in my brain, I can take that laughter shield, and allow that stress to bounce off, and
mm,
switch that channel over to something positive and happy, just by choosing to laugh about it.
mm.
So, so
What a
thank you.
great, great
Thank you for
metaphor.
reminding me of that.
What a great metaphor for actually bringing and using this in daily life,
Mm,
and you've really given yourself a chance to experience it. And I'm so glad you did, and I'm so glad listeners have been listening. And if someone has tried laughter yoga, I encourage you to keep going, and if you haven't, maybe give it a chance, because you never know what's possible. And I have to tell you, when I did the laughter yoga leader training, which is a weekend training, which is the same one that we're doing together, I did not think I'd want to teach laughter yoga.
Mm.
So when I heard there's a 2 day, it's a weekend thing, and I thought, okay, let me just, I just want to spend time with people that we're gonna laugh and breathe. I mean, that's everything we do in laughter. We do a lot of breathing. And I thought, okay, let me just try this, and I loved it so much. I went back to the training again, like I don't know, 6 months later again, and I still didn't know if I wanted to teach. I just wanted to spend time in a positive space to laugh with others. So yeah, if anyone is curious and interested about the weekend certification, you'll find information on the website. There'll be a link on laughteryoga.ca or through centerformindfulness.ca, where the registration is through the website we have at our center. But it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like whether someone wants to teach it or share it with a friend or share it with events or just for themselves.
Mhm.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, I was thinking that to be able to lead laughter yoga, like to get this 2 day training that we're offering,
Yeah.
can enable people of all kinds of different places or facilities or businesses, or it will help empower them to be able to bring this to their workspace, be able to help others. So, for example, I know something quite popular when we're teaching new leaders is that we'll have people that work in healthcare settings.
Yeah.
Uh, and we will talk about a whole section of working with seniors, about how
Yes.
to help seniors sort of laugh unconditionally. And also
Mhm.
there's a section on helping kids
Yeah.
or children. And this is one thing that the leader training isn't just for people that want to start a laughter club. It's for
Right.
people that want to learn how to incorporate more laughter into their own lives, and then to be able to show others. And to me,
Mm.
that's what was most important, was me being able to show others, I found something that works for me. Let me take you down this path, let me
Yeah.
show you. And just by taking the leader training has really empowered me to be able to go to different facilities and places and businesses, and just to show people that it's okay to laugh, you
Yeah.
know and and there's so much stress right now, and especially
Yeah.
in a lot of people's workplaces,
Yeah.
that that I think, if I were somebody that was working in a company, that I think would, especially if I was in human resources or something, I think taking this laughter leader training is quite beneficial to helping me
Yes.
find a way to work better with others.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So
I've so well said. And I've seen such a range over the years of different professions, like literally everything from massage therapists wanting to just for themselves to, like you said, it could be corporate. It could be, I've had physicians do the training. I've had counselors. I've got all professions, literally.
yeah, yeah, I
Right?
found that I met a few weeks ago. I met a respiratory therapist
Yeah.
that just was absolutely enthralled by what she learned at
Yeah.
the one day leader basic learning course that we
Yeah.
were running, and just to see how excited she got as a respiratory therapist to have the people that she knows that will benefit directly from the deep breathing and laughter.
Yeah.
And so, just as one example, right? And
Yeah.
it can be taken to gosh, so many different places.
Mm.
I have an upcoming session with my union in the workplace,
Mm.
that my union has asked me to offer this up to a certain group of people. So
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, so I'm looking very forward to that. Taking it to my own workplace is going to
Yeah.
be spectacular.
Yeah.
So
You're really spreading the joy,
I'm trying.
and we never know, right? Like what comes up from taking a positive action. We never know. And it's like we just got to take a step. We just got to take a step. So
Exactly.
this has been so enjoyable. I wanted to ask you maybe one more question as we end. Is I should ask all my guests is, the name of the podcast is Pause to Elevate.
Mm.
And there's different ways we can pause, and I'm wondering what comes up for you in terms of what has helped you to elevate. What is there pauses that come up? What has
Uh, I beg your pardon. It's that. I will reveal what my true answer is. But when you say
Yeah, yeah, I
pause to
love the
elevate,
smile. Yeah.
oh, when you say pause to elevate, all I can think of is lion laughter, where we put
Is
up our
oh yeah.
paws,
Oh, pause.
yeah, and then we go ah. So I use my pause to elevate. Anyway, my pause.
Elevate.
So again, what do I take pause with to help me
Yeah, what are
elevate
your
this?
pause? Different ways. Laughter. Just taking time to laugh is a pause.
Yeah.
Taking is there things there. What does pause to elevate mean to you? Whatever comes up.
Oh my gosh, that is a wonderful
Yeah.
question. Pause to elevate, and I really
Mm,
like what you had to say there with that.
mm,
Um, for me, it's I've been doing a lot of creative writing,
mm,
and I say creative writing, some aspects about my life, um, different stories that I've sort of gathered over the years of my lived experience. And I find I really take pause when I'm just able to sit down
mm,
in a quiet place and just get things that are in my head just out.
mm.
And I find a lot of catharsis with being able to do
Yeah.
that, to just take ideas and just put them down somewhere else,
Mm.
and I find that, like I said, it's very relaxing to me.
Yeah, it's very powerful
So
actually.
I find
Writing,
so.
yeah, journaling is very powerful.
So, and
Yeah.
interestingly enough, I've been able to take that and turn it into competitive storytelling, which I do once a month as
Oh,
well. So,
wow.
which I never thought I would be doing, but here we are. So,
Competitive storytelling. What is that?
so it's called the Vancouver Story Slam. It happens the second Thursday every month, and it is 10 storytellers will get up on stage and tell a 5-minute story, and then the audience votes for their favorite.
Wow.
But
That is great.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I can see you'd be great at that.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, this has been so enjoyable and really so appreciate your beautiful heart, your joyous heart, and this journey you've been on. What an adventure. Thank you for really being you and for spreading goodness in the world. And I really appreciate you taking the time and being here. And again, I'll put all the your contact info and the show notes. But thank you so much for joining us. And I also want to thank the listeners. Thank you for listening, or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. If this brought you any smiles or you found this useful, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Maybe send this podcast to friends that you feel could benefit or could use a little extra laugh or an extra laughter. Thank you so much, and may your moments be filled with ease, and may you be present in as many of them.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cassim.
Hello there, and thank you so much for stopping by this channel. I hope you find this content useful, and if you do, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It will really help me to reach to more people and keep this content going. Here we are journeying together, and let's see where this takes us.